Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Miss Arvina and friends. Today, we would like to continue our discussion from Module 3, Unit 8, about the middle of the presentation. Next slide, please. First of all, let me introduce the member of the group. My name is Samuel Silitonga, and my partners, Stella Zahra Dwi Triana and Cindy Ibra Putri Utami. Next slide. For the first part is holding audience attention. As we all know, you're lost if you lose your audience. So, any presentation requires a clear strategy or plan to help you reach your objectives. The aim is not to spend 20 minutes talking non-stop and showing a lot of nice pictures. It is to convey a message that is worth hearing to an audience who wants to hear it. First, find out about the audience and what they need to know. Plan what you're going to say and say it clearly and concisely. A good speaker uses various signals to help hold the audience attention and make the information clear. One type of signals in One type of signals is to introduce a list with a phrase like there are three things we have to consider. The speaker then says what the three things are and talks about each one at the required level of detail. For example, there are three types of price that we have to think about: economic price, market price, and psychological price. Uh, After that, just go on to talk about the economic price, market price, and so on. Another signaling technique is to give a link between parts of the presentation. Say where one part of the talk ends and another starts. For example, a well-organized presentation usually contains different parts and progression from one part to the next. Mus- Uh, For example, a well-organized presentation usually contains different parts and progression from one part to the next part must be clear, with a phrase like, that's all I want to say about the development of the product. Now, let's turn to the actual marketing plan. This technique is very helpful to the audience, including those who are mainly interested in one part only. Another part, Another type of signaling is sequencing of information. This usually follows a logical order, perhaps based on time. So, a project might be described in terms of the background, the present situation, and the future. Keywords in sequencing information are first, then, next, after that, later, at the end, finally, and many more. Still another technique which helps to emphasize key points is careful repetition. Examples are as I've already said. There is no alternative but to increase production by 100%, or I'd like to emphasize the main benefit of the new design. It achieves twice as much power with half as much fuel. A final point is concern timing and quantity of information. Psychologists have suggested that concentration is reduced after about 20 minutes uh, without a break and or a change in activity. Audience should not be overburdened by technical details or given too many facts to remember. It is claimed that to ask people to remember more than three things in a 5 minutes talk is too much. Some says that seven is the maximum number of any length of presentation. Any such calculation probably not very reliable, but every speaker needs to think about exactly how much information of a particular type a specific audience is likely to absorb and to plan accordingly. Next slide. For the next part is the main body of the presentation. The main body of the presentation contains the details of the subject or themes described in the introduction. All the techniques I've explained before, especially useful in making the main body easily understood. They help the audience to follow the information and to remember it. They also help the speaker to keep to the plan structure and to know exactly what stage has been reached at all times during the presentation. Clear structures doesn't just help the audience. In many presentations, the main body can be usually divided into different parts. The main part, each with a main heading, are referred to in the introduction. Clearly, there are many ways to divide the main body of a presentation, and often different parts will be themselves be divided into smaller sections of information. For the next part will be explained by my partner Cindy as welcome.
Okay, for the next part is listing information. Listing information in a presentation involves presenting key point, data, or ideas in a clear and structured format to effectively communicate your message to the audience. Next slide. Okay, here's a step-by-step guide on how to list information in a presentation. 1. Identify key points. Determine the main point or key pieces of information that you want to convey in your presentation. This could be fact, statistic, trend, strategies, or any other relevant information related to your topic. 2. Organize the information. Arrange the key point in a logical order that flows well and makes sense to your audience. You can group related points together or arrange them chronologically depending on the nature of your presentation. 3. Choose listing format. Decide on the format for listing your information. Common format include bullet points, numbered lists, or a combination of both. Bullet points are ideal for listing items without a specific order, while numbered lists are useful for presenting information in a sequential or prioritized manner. 4. Use clear and concise language. Write concise statements for each point using clear and straightforward language. Avoid using jargon or technical terms that may confuse your audience. Aim to convey your message in a simple and understandable manner. 5. Highlight key information. Use formatting techniques such as bolding, italicizing, or using different colors to emphasize important point or data. This helps draw attention to key information and make it stand out to the audience. 6. Maintains consistency. Ensure consistency in formatting throughout your presentation. Use the same style of bullet point or numbering for a list to create a cohesive and professional look. 7. Practice readability. Keep each list item brief and easy to read. Avoid overcrowding slides without much text, as this can overwhelm your audience. Instead, aim for concise, well-organized lists that can be quickly scanned and understood. 8. Provide context. When presenting each list, provide context or additional explanation as needed to help your audience understand the significance of the information being presented. This can include relevant examples, anecdotes, or illustration to illustrate key points. By following these steps, you can effectively list information in your presentation. Make it easier for your audience to understand and engage with your message. Next slide. The next part is linking ideas in a presentation is crucial for maintaining coherence and ensuring that your message is effectively communicated to your audience. Okay, next slide. Okay, here's how you can link ideas in your presentation. 1. Establish a clear structure. Begin by outlining the main ideas or key points that you want to convey in your presentation. Organize these ideas in a logical sequence that flows smoothly from one point to the next. Clearly introduce each section or topic to provide context and help your audience understand how two ideas are connected. 2. Use transition phrases. Incorporate transition phrases or words to smoothly guide your audience from one idea to the next. Transition phrases can help signal shift in topic or emphasize the relationship between ideas. Examples include firstly, in addition, on the other hand, or in conclusion. 3. Provide supporting evidence. Support each idea with relevant evidence, examples, or data to strengthen your argument and provide credibility to your presentation. Clearly explain how each piece of evidence relates to the main idea and contributes to your overall message. 4. Create visual connection. Use visual aids such as chart, graph, diagrams, or image to visual represent the connection between ideas. Visual can help reinforce key concept and make complex information easier to understand for your audience. 5. Use signposting. Use signposting techniques to guide your audience through your presentation and highlight important transition or key points. This can involve verbally signaling when you are moving from one idea to another or using visual cues such as slide titles or section headers. 6. Reinforce key terms. Throughout out your presentation, consistently reinforce key terms or message to ensure that they resonate with your audience. Repetition can help reinforce important ideas and ensure that they are retained by your audience. 7. Encourage engagement. Foster engagement and interaction with your audience by inviting questions, encouraging discussion, or incorporating interactive elements such as polls or Q&A sessions. Engaged listeners are more likely to actively process and retain the information you present. 8. Summarize and recap. At the end of your presentation, summarize the main ideas and key takeaways to reinforce your message and ensure that it resonates with your audience. Provide a brief recap of the key points covered and emphasize the importance of the ideas presented. By implementing these strategies, you can effectively link ideas in your presentation. Create a cohesive narrative that engage your audience and effectively communicates your message. The next part will explanation by my friend Zara.
The last material is about sequencing. Sequencing in presentation refers to how to organize your information or presentation material in a logical and structured manner. It involves the order in which information is delivered so that it is easily understood by the audience. Good sequencing can help you maintain a consistent presentation flow, build arguments well, and keep the audience engaged. How to make sequencing clear. To make a good sequencing, we can do several things. First, use transition words. Use transition words such as next, then, after that, or next step to clarify the order of the information presented. Number two is use visual aids. Use visual aids such as diagrams, graphs, or slides that show the relationship between the information you are presenting. For example, use arrows or lines to show the flow of a process or step. Number 3, explain concept in detail. Make sure you explain each step or part of the process in a detailed and easy to understand manner. Use concrete example or analogies to help the listener understand the concept. Number 4, use storytelling. Using storytelling can help build a clear storyline and make it easier for the listener to understand the sequence of event or step that need to be followed. Number 5, give visual cues. If possible, use visual cues such as bullet points, numbering, or highlighting to highlight important step or sequence to follow. The last one is practice and feedback. You can practice your presentation regularly and ask for feedback for friends or colleagues to ensure that the sequence you are delivering is clear and easy to understand.
Okay, so that's all we can explain from Module 3, Unit 8 about the middle of the presentation. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.